to do, just jump in the queue. It's up to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's up to you. All in the queue, it's check out the view. All in the queue.
Oh, y'all, excuse me, because you know how much I hate to interrupt your scroll. So let me hurry up and get through this, because you can go back to do what you gotta do, and I can go back to doing what I gotta do. And I made an illustration just to make it easier for everybody. All right, this is me, and this is you. Okay, and this could be a family, friend, co-worker, alone in the world with a little cat dog. I don't care who it is, to whom it may concern. However, when we get together, it is now us. You know what always gets me is when we first start out, it's always cool, calm, and collected. I like it that way. But somewhere along the lines, you realize, this is you once again, realizing that you like to play games. Okay, you have become so fascinated with playing games that now all of a sudden you think that you can play with me. Here's you thinking that you can play with me. That's crazy. It's honestly crazy, but obviously you like to live on the edge. Okay, now you realize that you found a new love for these games, that you want to incorporate them in your everyday lifestyle. You are dedicated to the process. You are even willing to bet it all. Now, here's this person who knows what I know. And they know that you are in a great deal of trouble, okay? What a dummy is what you call it, because to bet all of that and to only be left with my ass to kiss is diabolical. It's honestly insane if you ask me. All right now, all right? Because the thing is this, let me break it down for anybody who may be a little confused in translation. Here you are with the right idea, but the wrong bitch. Okay? It's very simple. It's extremely simple, okay? Right idea, once again, wrong bitch. Yeah. So now that I have gotten wind of what you think is about to take place, I am pointing you in the direction of where maybe someone would like to play games, okay? Which is all the way over there, okay? Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Okay, I want you to go further, and further, and further away. You're so excited to continue on with these games that you're like, how much further do I have to go? You are so busy making your way downtown, walking fast, okay? You want to get there, you're excited. And even through all of this, even through it all, I'm still being a good Samaritan, a team player, if you will. I grab my magnifying glass because I am determined to help you find you something safe to do. All right, y'all. Well, look, share with those who need to know. Have a good one. Oh, y'all, excuse me, because you know how.
Well, good evening. How are you all this evening? I'm so glad to be with you this evening. Let me get in these comments because y'all are coming in, speaking. I loving this. Hello, Cheryl Ingram. Katura Davis. Hello to you. Prima Donna Bridges, it was an absolute pleasure and an honor to meet you on Saturday at the Tea with the Trustee. Please check your inbox after this show so that I can send you the photo that we took because I forgot to do that, okay? Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure meeting you. If you all see me out in these township streets, please do not be afraid to say something, okay? So that I can meet you. I can say hello to you properly, okay? Sandy Howell, good evening. Bob, how are you? Hey, Justin. Dave Bryson, what's up from New Zealand? How you doing, Dave Bryson? You doing good? Finding good. How are you this evening? Jim C, my favorite intro too. Right idea, wrong bitch. Okay? All right. Hey, Tracy. Tracy, you're a painter? I love that. I'm a creative too. Hey, Amy. Amy, thank you so much for your Cash App donation. I appreciate it. It is going to equipment. I will be doing something that I will be telling you all later about in this broadcast. And I will be using the funds to help with that. Thank you so much for furthering this channel. Kenneth Dawkins, how are you? I hope you're well. Light within, good evening to you. What up, Menu with Opinion? Y'all, Menu with Opinion just got off his broadcast. If you all would, please go over to his channel when you're done here and watch his video. Hey, Carol Morton, how are you? Thank you for becoming a member. Debbie loves to chat. Hey, Debbie loves to chat. Okay, I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. Super producer, it's your Kentucky girl checking in. Hey, R. Smith, how are you? So glad you are checking in today. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the email. I appreciate it. Listen, if you email me, I'm absolutely going to email you back. So expect to hear from me if you email me, because I will email you back. Hello, Millicent. How are you? Javar, what's up? Javar, you been out here in these YouTube streets today? Javar be all over, and I love that. I love that he visits everyone. Coffee, hey, how are you? Let's see. Rodney Brown, I saw you at the tea with the trustees. I pointed out that you have a good platform on YouTube to others. Rodney Brown, thank you. Rodney Brown, why didn't you say something to me? I would have loved to take a picture with you or something. Okay, next time you see me out in these township streets, say something so that we can take a picture. I want to immortalize the moment, okay? Because you only live once. Thank you. Let me see. Mal CSTA, super producer, I love your coverage. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ann Gant, hello. Hello, Annie Gant. How are you? Plants for Life. Glad you are joining the conversation today, Plants for Life. You are always a very good commenter. I love your comments. I love how inquisitive you are. Rodney Brown, stop it. Please do not be shy. If you guys see me out, I am a regular person. If you speak to me, I'm going to speak back. We're going to take photos. We're going to talk. We're going to chop it up. Okay? Next time you see me, and you will see me again, Rodney Brown. Okay? You will see me again. I'm probably going to start attending more meetings in person. So you will see me again. Thank you, Rodney Brown, for telling people that I have a wonderful channel. I only have a wonderful channel because of you all. Okay? Listen, another thing I want to tell you all. You all are absolutely changing my life and my children's lives. And I am so grateful and so appreciative for that. Coming from a single mom and someone who I just have me to depend on. I am so grateful. You guys are really changing my life, and I definitely appreciate you all for that. So thank you. Shadow Seeker, good evening. How are you? You were wearing the H out of that Foxy Brown. Kenneth Dawkins, come on now. Okay? Listen, when the super producer have to go out, she is never going to embarrass you. She is going to always represent. I'm always going to be well. I'm going to look well. Because if you look good, you feel good. Okay? If you feel good, you're going to be good. Okay? Oh my gosh, Kenneth Dawkins, you a mess. Thank you. Wendy Robertson watching from Orlando. Hey, Linda Kuntz. Hey, Craig, you've been out in these YouTube streets today, child. I saw you over there on Minions broadcast. That was, I'd love to see you commenting. Thank you, Cheryl. Michael, thank you. Yeah, it's cold out here in Illinois too, but I know it's really cold in Ohio. Dub Science Photography and Film. I'm going to say this again. If you guys please go over there, like, share, and subscribe to his page. He is an award-winning, okay, film and photographer. Go over there and check his page out. He is awesome, okay? And he fine. Child, y'all go over there, like, share, and subscribe to his channel. Thank you for being in the room. It's just us encouraging hope. I know that's right. You gotta have hope. Super producer, you always have great facts, info, and tea. I try to give you a mixture. I got a little bit of tea tonight. So we'll get into it though. Your story is an inspiration and great example of how to lift up others. I try. Okay, I try. Let me see. I'm trying not to be symptomatic, but let me know if I spelled it right. Love you too, Javar. Love you too, Javar. Javar, you my favorite because I love how you go to everybody's channel and you listen here and you listen there and you support here and you support there. And I love that. I love that for me and I love that for everybody because we should be trying to keep peace with everyone. Okay, so tonight, the reason why I came live tonight is because I wanted to have a bit of a community conversation. I have a Dalton resident, a resident of Dalton. Hello, Made in Texas. How are you? Happy Monday to you too. I have a Dalton resident who's going to come on and we're going to have a conversation with them. But I also invited another guest who hasn't come on yet, come into the studio. Whether they come or they don't come, we're going to have a conversation. They don't live in a township. They live in Illinois, Chicago specifically. And, you know, Chicago is experiencing their own problems with their mayor. So, and he has been following the Dolton, Thornton Township by way of the Dalton politics. And he made some interesting posts, and I wanted to talk with him about it. Now, listen to me. It's 130 of us in this room. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm live. Okay? That's the first thing. Those things are free. Okay? During this broadcast, do not be afraid to super chat. I'll put the ways to give later. But yeah, so don't be afraid to do those things. Let's see. So I did ask for this gentleman to come on the channel and talk. I wanted to talk with him about his post that he made because some of them were very insightful. We're going to talk about them regardless. We're going to talk about the documentary. We're going to talk about Regina's response because she was interviewed today. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about the hearing that happened today at the Village Hall, the Dalton Village Hall, for the Rebuild Dalton Party, which is headed by, let's just talk about that first, okay? How about we do that? I'm going to put this up on the screen. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to come back and talk.
In South Suburban Dalton, the fight to stay on the 2025 election ballot has fizzled.
Today, members of the Rebuilding Dalton Party came to the Village Hall with their attorney ready to, quote, argue, but they were met with good news. The Village Electoral Board unanimously accepted a petition withdrawal. The petitioner, an associate of Dalton Mayor Tiffany Hinyard, have requested that members of the Rebuilding Dalton Party be removed from the ballot, citing an outdated election law. Cassandra Hobson-Jordan is a grassroots candidate for mayor. She says she hopes the spring election will now focus on the people of Dalton and not personal politics.
Take a look at Dalton. This downtown has looked like this for the past 17 years. I should be able to come 2 blocks over and come and sit down at a restaurant or be able to shop at a store and recycle the dollar back into this village. It has been looking like this for 17 years. So while these people are fighting over positions, let's get businesses back into here.
Nasha Lee Harrison is a trustee candidate. Well, he and Hobson Jordan will appear on the April ballot.
Okay. So this party is called the Rebuild Dalton Party. Okay. You see that Cassandra Hobson Jordan is running for mayor, and Denasha Harrison is running for trustee. Okay. You all know that the super producer brings receipts. I'm fair in my reporting. First of all, get in the comments and ask me, let me know if you think I'm fair in the things that I report. Do you feel like I'm fair in my reporting? Let me see some comments. She gives Tiffany vibes, plans for life. Cheryl Day, greetings from Idaho. Yes, total plan. Y'all get in these comments and let me know if the super producer is fair in her reporting. You said absolutely thinks yes, fair. Amazing. Yes. Okay. Now, with that being said, all right, I am super. Hey, Sherry Britton, how are you? Wonder Woman has entered the chat. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, I'm fair. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. So, with that being said, all in the queue will have an exclusive interview with someone from the Rebuild Dalton party. Okay? And I'm prepping you today, okay? Because I don't want no misbehavior in these comments. The interview will be happening on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Okay? Thursday night at 7 p.m. And guess what? Super producer or all in the queue will be on the road. We will be doing this interview in person. Okay? Strawberry shortcake. This interview you're going to want to see. Okay? We will be having an interview. I'm not going to tell you which of the persons that we'll be doing the interview with. And I always keep it fair. Kim Johnson, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you. Okay? I always keep it fair. I will be asking the tough questions. Okay? We will not shy away from any subject. We will be answering the questions because y'all just saw the video that I showed, right? Where she says that downtown have looked like that for 17 years. That is absolutely a lie. Look, Lord, forgive me. That it hasn't looked that way for the 17 years. I drove school bus out there like 6 years ago, and it wasn't like that 6 years ago. There was actually like a barbecue joint on Indiana and State. There was like other things, in that area, where the Village Hall is now. So there were things there, not to the extent that everybody would have wanted to see, but there were things there. It wasn't until Tiffany came or Lil Stank came that lots of things began to leave. Let me read these comments. I already know who that person is. That person said it today. What they say, Shortcake? Tell me in the comments. What they say. I hope that everyone hits the like button. Good evening, Mac Man. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, thank you. Good evening to you. Good to see you. That person told it. Who told it, Kenneth? Let me know who told it. What they say? What they say? Who told something? Y'all tell me in the comments, because today's super producer been busy. I have been so busy with clients, a couple of clients today. That what Sherry say? Let me see. I think you should keep it fair as the candidate does. If they feel like it's okay to run for office, they should be prepared for that part, Sherry. That part, all of that part. All of that part. Who was on Burgundy Blue interview? Y'all tell me. Golfer, tell me. Because, child, I was so busy minding my business today. I didn't see anything. Y'all let me know in the comments. But anyway, super producer will be in person with this interview on Thursday. We're going to definitely get into some things, and we're going to talk about a few things when it comes to that. Because for me, the residents have been through more than enough. James Dix, now you done came in here with a word. You done came in here with a word, and I felt that in my shanana. Do you hear me? Okay. All right now. Okay, I like that. I like that, James Dix. Okay. Okay. All right. Someone let it slip, please. Then we can add our questions too. That's right. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do then. Good evening, Abby. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Watch my community page on Wednesday, and I will release who it is that I will be interviewing in person on Thursday night. Okay? Brought to you by another fabulous outfit. Don't you worry, because the super producer gonna be ready. Okay. And I will let you all post questions on the post, and we will address some of them. I'm sure that in this interview, with the questions that I have that I want to ask this person, we're going to cover most of your questions. Because listen, I'm just like y'all. I got questions just like y'all. We probably got the same questions, okay? Super producer be wondering things. And I'm going to ask what I be wondering if you sit in front of me. So she's starting out with, yes, Wendy. Okay, yes. Which I don't think, you don't have to exaggerate or anything of that nature. You should just, say you want to see something better, and I feel like you should leave it there. Sherry, I'll get with you privately. You can give me all your questions. Or your interview was already referenced on another platform. Really? Wow. Who said something? Y'all still ain't telling me in these comments, just so y'all gonna make me go look, because y'all not telling me. Okay. Well, when y'all tell me, then we'll know. Then I'll tell you if you're right. And if you're right, we'll just talk about it. If somebody give the correct answer. Okay? If somebody give the correct answer in the comments. Keithus, I can't stand you. So Denasha Harrison will be on All in the Queue on Thursday at 7. Okay? So he will be on the platform answering various questions. I have a lot of questions. So he'll get the hard questions from me. If it's Cassandra, I want to know, why would the residents vote for her when she insulted them at 2 meetings and where she's been the last 3 years? If she decided to come on this platform, there's absolutely a question I had in my mind to ask as well. Yeah, Cherry, Keithus came in here and told it. Okay? His name is Denasha Harrison. Will you address the miss comment? James Dix, what comment? Yeah. What James, just type what comment will I address and I will. Because you all absolutely deserve to know who all of the candidates are. It is my hope to have all of the candidates on this platform, so that we can discuss and ask questions and get our questions answered about something. So it is my hope that all of them will come on. Yeah, I will, James. I will. It is my hope that all of them will come on and be able to answer our questions. We'll see who we get. Ask Cassandra about her time as Black Block Captain, Kenneth Dawkins. Okay, I'm gonna start a thread on my community page where you all can leave your questions. Okay, remember what the super producer says. Now, we're not gonna be disrespectful. Okay, we're not going to be disrespectful on that night, and we're not going to be disrespectful with the questions, okay? We're going to keep the questions to business, okay? I have several questions that I want to ask. I know that you all do too. I'm going to take those questions and ask him. Remember, keep in mind who we're having on the platform. We are having Danasha Harrison. He is running as trustee for the village of Dalton. So let's keep in mind, let's keep our questions related to trustee role. Okay. If we get a chance to have Cassandra Hobson Jordan on, then you all will get the chance to ask questions that are related to the mayor role. Okay. I thought you was actually going to go to radio platform and have the interview there. Really, Javar? Y'all don't want to hear me on the radio? I don't know about that, Javar. Maybe, maybe not. MacMan Morning Show has invited all in the queue on. I haven't had a chance to go yet just because I've been so busy. And MacMan has been so busy too. I hope you are listening to his. Do we know she was a pastor? Do we know that? Was she? These are some questions. Y'all got the investigation. The only thing I can tell you about Miss Hobson Jordan is that her daughter is a former police officer for the Dalton Police Department. They're no longer there. I believe that you're capable of handling any personality. Thank you, MacMan. I certainly, definitely am. Tiffany dropped inquiry election against her allegedly. Yeah, she was just challenging their party. Yeah. Danasha should have joined us with Team Clean House 2025. Living here for a year, I would have gotten more feedback from the community. Absolutely. That's valid. James, that was a horrible comment. I wish I was there with Ed when that fool said it. Wow. Y'all tell me who said that comment. I want to know who said that comment. Cray, I remember those meetings. Cassandra's approach on the interview I watched was pitiful. Kenneth Hargrove, listen. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to be up here on this platform. You're going to get what you're going to get from the other person, but I'm going to ask questions. I'm never going to be hostile. I'm always going to be cordial, and we always going to keep it cute. Okay? But we're going to get some answers. My questions will not be hard, but definitely things a trustee should know. Okay, Sherry. And that's what we should be asking. So I'm going to make this post. You all post your questions. Keep in mind the seat that he is running for. Keep in mind that super producer said keep it respectful. Okay? Because this platform has a credibility to uphold, okay, and a reputation. So we want to keep that cordial, okay? Cassandra mentioned an interview with you on Thursday. I haven't spoken to her, so she mentioned interview with me. I haven't spoken to her, but I have spoken to Danasha Harrison. I've spoken to Mr. Harrison, but I have not. I'm gonna say this again. I have not spoken to her, but if she comes on Thursday, I don't have no problem with that. Super producer don't have any problem with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create 2 separate posts. I'm going to create a post for just questions for Danasha, and then I'll create a post with just questions for Cassandra. And if they both come, okay, cool. But I have not heard from Miss Hobson Jordan as of yet. I don't have any contact information for her. She has my number, but I haven't heard from her. That's what I'm gonna say. Cassandra mentioned an interview with you. Okay, child, what did I say? I know I want to see you giving him the mama. Find it good. They gonna get some eyes. If I feel like, I don't know, if I feel a little iffy about the answer. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, Javar. I believe Cassandra is just a plant to split the Dalton votes. Well, we're gonna ask her. Yes, you are coming. Okay, Mac man. Okay. That's what I share. Oh Lord. I will not vote for him. He is evil. He was always trying to fight with the trustees. He's truly a Tiffany flunky. Wow. Whew, Lord, have mercy. Tiffany's goons are running out of ammo, so not they are just plain rude. Cassandra Hopkins. Her name is Cassandra Hobson Jordan, from what I know. Cassandra was a pastor. I used to, okay, Javar, I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay. Please email super producer any info so she can give the best interview. Thank you, Tracy. That is correct. Okay. Eleanor, she was that bad. Okay. The guy who's running trustees said it. Okay. Well, listen. I don't know. Like I said, I told you who I spoke to. If she decides to show up, I have no problem with it. Okay. You're going to get these questions. We're going to get them answered. And that's it. Rodney Brown, I don't have a problem with that. I do believe that Clean House 2025 is some leadership that you can trust. They are currently in office. They are currently doing the work. And people have the right to vote for them. I feel like this platform has the obligation to bring any and all information that I have available to me to bring to you all. Your vote is private. It's personal to you. You don't have to tell anybody who or what you voted for. If you do, that's your business. But I want you to be informed. Okay? Y'all still got this pastor thing going around. Y'all better send me receipts if y'all send anything. Can we call in and ask screen questions? Yes. Okay. Maybe I'll let y'all call in. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry. I will let y'all call in and ask screen questions. I will. Shanita Lanier, good evening. Marcus, you need to get all of your things out right now, because I definitely want you to behave on that night, because you need to be watching the comments and the chat. So get everything you worried about out right now. Will that be his only position, the supervisor role? He is actually running for trustee, not supervisor. They're running in Dalton, the village of Dalton. They're not running in Thornton Township. She has a bad attitude. I definitely think that it is about delivery, right? It's about delivery. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to be interviewing these people. I want you all to feel like I'm prepared. And I listen, I am very well prepared. You don't have to worry about that. Why did the trustees act like they didn't know about the Amazon purchases? Dwayne, when? Because when they got the report, they probably didn't. They only were given a snippet of some things. And at the meeting, they told us that the rest of the things they were hearing for the first time along with us, because they were not able to get credit card statements and things that they were asking for. And so they might not have known. Big Ob, what's up, Big Ob? Okay, I have a question. Why can't you film a tea with the trustees? They seem kind of shit. Okay, let's address this. Lord. Okay, let's address this. I'm going to address it in just a second. Give me a second, Big Ob, okay? Okay, I'm gonna be behind on the comments, so y'all give me a second while I address Big Ob's question. Okay. First of all, let's look at this objectively and not subjectively. Okay. The residents of Dalton are on display every single day of the week because Little Stank has their community like a circus. So the media is in their town anytime anything happens, every meeting, they're being filmed. And do we think that it's okay? Shouldn't it be okay for them to have a space in time where there's nobody filming and they're just able to learn about what is going on in their community without it being filmed? I didn't have a problem with it. They actually let me video. I just could not go live. So I have a video presentation that I put together, but it's only going to be for my members only. So I'm going to drop it in my members only. My members only will be the only people that will be able to see what actually happened at the tea with the trustees that day. And don't all of you go and get memberships if you don't really want to support this channel just to see that video. Probably like 3 weeks from now, I'll release the video to the public. There's lots of things that I care about. I'm not a big money person. I am taken care of. You all, like I said, have changed my life, and I appreciate you all for that. So I don't do things based on money. I don't do things because, oh, this is going to give me 100,000 views. Oh, this is going to give me 20,000 views. Nope. I take the views as they come. I take the blessings as they come. I take the losses as they come. Would I like to see 20,000 views on my videos? Yes. But not at the expense of these people's real lives. So if they didn't want me to go live, it really wasn't an issue. It really was about the fact that they wanted these meetings to be, kind of something that was, closed off to live meetings, to live broadcasts. Not even the media comes to these meetings. You just have to understand that this is people's real lives. This is a real community. This is not a movie. This is not punked. This is not that. This is people's real lives. And I want to be respectful when I'm in their community because I want to be a trusted source in the community. Make no mistake, me and Sherry Brinson, we friends forever. And ain't nothing anyone can do about that. Okay? So me and Sherry Britton, we fine. I speak to her on a regular. We are real friends. There was nothing secret squirrel or shady about what they asked. And I think that it was fair. If you look at it, they're being filmed every time there's a meeting, every time there's something that is going on in that village. Sometimes the people can't even go to the grocery store and just get groceries. There's news trucks and stuff everywhere. Okay? So it really wasn't that big of a deal. It got blown out of proportion for no reason. You compared an apple to an orange. Somebody compared me to some sort of misunderstanding that Ms. Hill had with Trustee Tammy Brown. And what did I just get finished saying? Everything is about delivery. It is about delivery. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I absolutely believe that. Okay, let me catch up on these comments. Shay was talking crazy. She was talking crazy, so I would be handling her Her asked if we have dialogue again. No questions for her. Mr. Harris seems cool. Mr. Harris is very cool. I'm sorry. I just have to let you all know that Mr. Harris, a very cool, honorable man. Okay. It shows support. Supermoms can't hide eyes involuntary. Okay. Please ask Ms. Hobson Jordan, what did she mean when she said she would have the state come and take over Dalton? Kathy Fields, make sure you post this question. Here, I'm going to start and then I'll write it down. Okay. Red flags when it comes to her. Stay woke, people. Hey, McMahon. Okay. Freewood. Okay. I know you lying, church lady. Okay. 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 The trustees were getting receipts. Did you feel you were treated well at the tea with the trustees? Listen, James Diggs, I was treated like a celebrity at this tea with a trustee. Okay. I was up front at the front table. I was with Sherry Britton. I was with Thelma Price. I was with Dan Lee. I was with Valerie Stubbs. I was right there in the front, and I was well received and well respected. Okay. Um, I thoroughly, this was not my first tea with the trustee. And I thoroughly enjoy myself every time I go. If you ever come to the village of Dalton, these people are very hospitable and very nice, as long as you are in return. All the okay. It's communication skills that matter. Getting triggered changes the context, but the truth is never hidden. Find it good. You own it today. The village doesn't have an Amazon account. Bingo. Okay. Thank you, sis. I mean, we can have something to ourselves. Okay. Yes, you can, Sherry. Life was said the village doesn't have an Amazon, and they do not. So what did that tell y'all? Who Amazon account was it? That's what we need to know. They need to ask Amazon because Amazon can absolutely tell them. I used to work problem solving, so they can absolutely tell them who it came from. It was not Super She Talk with Missy already channel. Okay, I don't know. That's a lot of paper clips. Tea with the trustees is always peaceful, polite, and informative. That's fair. I was just wondering. No problem, Big Ob. You know, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth because that's all I got for you. I don't have time to remember lies. See how little Stank getting messed up because she can't remember her lies? I can't do that. I understand that, super producer. Okay. Sherry, then how did it show up on the one list? Okay. There's a difference between meetings and the tea. Misinformation is already out there about this. Okay. Were you at Kiana's party? Kenneth Dawkins? No, I was not. Tiff's eviction hearing is tomorrow. I want to see how she gonna get out of that. I can understand privacy for just a moment. Yes. Super producer was very respectful to us. We appreciate her. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you guys welcoming me into the room and letting me be a part of the conversation. Dwayne, what kind of dog supplies cost that much? I can't. YouTube needs more people like you creating channels. Plants for Life. That's my goal, is to encourage this type of behavior because that's what you should get. Let's see. Their hearing should be interesting. Yes, trustees can't see financials in over a year. We used to go live. Residents were not comfortable. Some are also afraid of Tiffany seeing them there. And listen, y'all just saw how Rodney Brown tried to play me. He wouldn't even speak to me. He telling everybody to watch my channel, and he not even speak to me. So I could tell him thank you and hug him and shake his hand and take a picture with him. He didn't even do it. Okay. And yes, I'm sure that is a fear for some people. Yes, no problem. I don't have any problem. You all can ask me anything. I'm gonna always be honest about the situation. Okay, always. Well, I know that already. I know you guys are friends. I watched her on your show again. I was just wondering. Yes, Big nothing. Don't y'all be believing all these things, these narratives, because people want to spin. Listen, people want to spin narratives sometimes because they don't like people. Just because you don't like somebody or agree with their opinion, I don't believe that you should spin a narrative that is not true, because that's going to come back to get you. Okay? That's what I get tired of looking at. I get tired of people spinning narratives to further their hate. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. She came across like a drill sergeant instead of someone with empathy. Yeah. Sweet Jesse Big Daddy Scott. Okay. Okay, that's a name. Now that's a name for you right there. Has anybody? Not yet, but good evening to you, Sweet Jesse. Trustee Brown's reaction was troubling. Trustee Brown, what reaction to what? James, you gotta keep me up to date now, okay? Thanks for the likes. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing. I see Sherry with her message or comments are beautiful. That shows a lot. Yes. Tiffany has Ratchet Roach meetings with all her gang, and she do every day at the Village Hall. Why is filming not allowed with the Oh, Dwayne, did you hear my answer? Okay, I hope you did. You know, I wasn't even going to say anything about the Trustee Brown and Cheryl Hill, but you beat me to that point. Okay, wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about Trustee Brown's reaction was troubling. Okay, James Dix. You thought that Trustee Brown's reaction was troubling. I have a question for you. We're going to get to what we're going to get to tonight, but I have a question. You're a trustee, right? You are seeing people or a person attack you after you helped them when you and your grandson was kicked out of an Easter egg hunt. And then you're filming, they ask you not to film, and you say something. Now listen, it's only so much a person you can ask a person to take. You can't keep poking somebody and expect them not to respond. That is troubling to me. That is troubling to me that people get out here and get in their minds that these trustees and these mayors and these people that are out here doing good things aren't real people, and they get tired too. That's troubling to me that people don't think that. It's troubling to me that you, just because you don't see someone doing something or they're not doing it fast enough for you, that you would take your frustration out on them. That's frustrating. That's troubling to me. That's very troubling. It's very, very concerning to me. I was just in the grocery store and someone totally bombarded me. I have to deal with it because I choose to do interviews. Yeah, that's gonna get hard. I'm grateful for the person that you are. But if you all see Sherry, she's a very private person. Please try not to accost her. Give her the COVID space and just say, "Hey, Sherry Britton," and she gonna say, "I promise you." I think it is like this. Tea is a resource to the community. Meet and greet in the meetings are a chance for accountability. Finding good. These Tea with the Trustee meetings are absolutely a place where the residents can get their questions answered. So when Little Stank avoids their questions because it's no longer a citizen's address, it's just public comment. And you can go to the Tea with the Trustee and ask a direct question and get a direct answer. They're so important for that. They're also so important for information, because Lil Stank only gives you the information that she wants you to have. She makes videos and all of these things, not including the trustees or anything that is really actually going on in the village. And so these meetings are important to them because of that. And there are usually more people at these meetings than there is sometimes at a village meeting. You may have a lot of people at the village meeting for support, but that, they know that they understand that if they want real answers, the only thing that they need to do is go to tea with the trustee. And so they do. Is not filming. Okay, correct, Marcus. Because I look like a celebrity. Oh my God, these comments are taking me out. She did a video and talked about going door to door to doing thank you cards. She said, for all those people whom think they got it, she said, I am here to let you know they don't want you either. Interesting. Interesting. We're gonna get to the bottom of all these things. I can't right now say one way or the other what's gonna happen. The last thing you want is the Dalton residents to run the other way when they see you coming. That's right, Tracy. I want them to be welcoming. I want them to begin to trust YouTube, because YouTube is definitely a blessing and a curse, and those things you have to deal with. I'm too scared for Justin, I'm not doing this with you. Does Dalton show debates for mayors and trustee elections? Keefus, I wanted to put together a debate, but I was told that Tiffany doesn't debate because she can't. She has to be fed answers to questions. Those things have to be fed answers. So a debate is not something that she would be good at. So we had a suggestion that myself and MacMan do a bit of a town hall, where we may have the candidates come and have them sitting on a panel where you can ask them questions and we moderate. And I'm absolutely open to that suggestion, and I love that. I love if we could get everybody on a panel and we could broadcast it out, and we could have the residents come and ask them questions directly. Okay. After your test video, the haters immediately started hating. Didn't they, Kenneth? Didn't they? Okay, it was insane. It was insane. I'm seeing myself all over YouTube. I'm thinking, not in a good way, because it's not my platform that I'm seeing myself on. And I'm getting a little concerned for people and their minds and their mindsets, because absolutely nothing that was spun or talked about happened. So I'm trying to think, okay, was I at the right tea? Because I don't remember none of this. But anywho, Kiana was gorgeous. By the way, it was nice to see the ladies dressing and smiling. It definitely was. And she was beautiful. I love that dress. Wait a minute. I'm watching your videos. Was that the Attorney General Kwame came in out of the bushes? No. I might be late to the party, but I just watched a report by Fox that Krigley's mayoral dispute was struck down due to citing an old. Yeah, I just played the video, and it was so the Rebuild Dalton party will be on the ballot for the April election. Lying take too much energy. It does. Actually, Anthony, hello, Anthony. I don't recall ever seeing you. So welcome. Actually, Tiffany was not the youngest mayor of Dalton. She probably wasn't. I don't know who was. So, of course, we are good. Okay, Cherry, tell the people. Watching for California, where we know a bit about terrible representation. Wishing your community some peace and happy holiday season. Many bestest. Thank you, Grateful One. If TIF had buses without insurance bringing seniors to the caucus, weren't laws broken, driving without insurance, and abuse of the elderly? Okay. And did you I went live a little bit at the T before I shut my thing down. And Kiana Belcher absolutely asked the Attorney General's office, because the representative that they sent was over the seniors division, what could be done about that. So I guarantee you there's something going on. Okay. I guarantee you that. Okay. She just looked like she was out of control. I like Brown and want to continue things. Okay. Okay. Okay, James Dix. You're entitled to your opinion. I just wanted to ask you that question and say, okay, let's kind of look at this from a different angle. Agreed, they are resources. Tiff blocks that in the meetings, it checks and balances. Yes. Tiff would totally get smashed in a debate with a 10-year-old. Okay. She used to have a code enforcement show up to see who was there. These people would be harassed. She came for one of my favorite seniors, which was not cool. Okay. 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 Now you know Tiffany is not doing a town hall. We're not asking Tiffany to do a town hall. If she wants to, she can. She's definitely welcome to come. But if she doesn't, what that man say? One monkey don't stop no show. This train gonna keep on rolling. Okay? Okay. Tiffany doesn't answer questions in meetings, so I don't think y'all, the town hall, okay. Let's back this up. The town hall is totally not even about her. It is about the candidates. We're going to extend an invitation to all of the candidates. If they come to the town hall, great. If she come, great. But I would imagine you're running for a seat. You will want people to hear you. We're going to be all in one place. That's the proper time to do it. But if you don't come, it's not going to hurt our feelings. Whoever's there is going to be able to speak. Okay? She probably is talking about her. Okay, let me see. Child, y'all, I just got a text telling me a little bit of context about the Tammy Brown Hill situation. You all don't know Miss Hill took Brittany Norwood and Tammy Brown was attacking them, and she took them to court, and she lied. And that was probably the hostility that she was getting. Like I said, we don't know all of the things that be going on. Y'all don't know all of the background things. I can bring it to you, and I just brought it to you. So when you see and stuff, just keep that in mind. If you see somebody acting out of character that you don't feel like that's normally what they would do, absolutely know that it's something else going on. Okay. But the trustee is a government open meeting, and filming can't be denied. It would be a violation of the Open Meetings Act. Dwayne, I'm gonna say this to you again. When you go somewhere, with the trustee is not a government meeting. It's not an official meeting. Okay, it is a meeting that the trustees are having for the residents. They're not having an official meeting. The clerk is not taking minutes. There is no roll call. So they absolutely can ask me not to film because it's not a government meeting. It's not a meeting. It's like, it's what it says it is. It's a T. It's where they're asking the residents to come and talk with them in an unofficial manner, but they're talking to them about things in the village. It's not a meeting. I don't know, Javar. It could be. I saw in another chat earlier, a person asked the same question. I emailed you and no one responded, cared, or even said, wow, you emailed me. Did I answer you, R. Smith? Child, wait a minute. Now you making me nervous because you know I checks my email. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I answered you. Okay. As long as Tiffany controls other mics, mute them, and show up with their gold mic. I don't even know if she had a gold mic anymore. Lil Stank has promised a town hall many times. She screens questions at Township talks and took questions off the agenda. Okay. She don't do a town hall. She wasn't even there at the last 3. I think Keith Price ran the last. He ran the one before this was ran by the HR person. The 2 before that was ran by Keith. The youngest Dalton mayor sounded like a quack. Hey, Paul, how you doing this evening? Do you know if Tiffany did the paperwork for the write-in? Kenneth Dawkins, I don't know if she did the paperwork for the write-in. My guess to you would be if she didn't declare that she was running, she didn't do that paperwork. My guess to you would be that she don't do paperwork. So that probably would be a no. But I can find out for you. Okay. Why would we want to waste time listening to Lil Stank at the town hall? She will only talk about everyone lying on her, and that's a fact. Okay. Good evening, Janice Brooks. Janice Brooks. Thank you for becoming a member on my channel. You are going to be privy to a lot of interviews. We are getting ready to start. Paul, I hope you went in your favor. Tea with the trustees is paid for by Dalton trustees, isn't it legal quorum? Dwayne, what are you talking about? Listen, I'm trying to be nice to you. I just don't understand what you're talking about. You got a problem, but I don't see the problem. It's not I told you, it's not an official meeting. There is no call to order. There is no minutes being taken. There is no official business being talked. There is no ordinance being talked about. None of that. They just simply getting information. They're just getting information. They're able to ask questions that they're not able to ask at meetings. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for wanting to a resident show up at the Township talks. Thank you for sharing that, Sherry. Yes. The official private meeting trustees is the team. Okay. It's the misinformation part. Parties are changing the narrative that doesn't reflect well on them. Deflect, deny, confuse. Yes. Why are people upset that they want a safe and simple space? Their entire village has been paraded. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say, Shanita. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, you can be respectful at least one time. You are watching these people's real lives play out every chance they get at these village hall meetings and these township meetings. When the trustees are together and the residents are discussing town business because it's considered over, I'm not sure. Okay. They are not discussing town business. I'm confused. They are getting asking questions of the trustees that they can't get answers to at the village hall meeting from their supposed mayor. Those questions might include, why is my water bill so high? Do that sound like a township business question? These are questions that are being asked at the T. Why is my bill so high? What happened? The Attorney General's office came and spoke this Saturday, and they were able to ask them questions. So I'm confused as to why y'all think. Just ask yourself that if you go to a meeting where your trustees are and you ask them, why is my bill so high? Would you want to ask that in an open official meeting? Is that something that should be asked in an open official meeting? Sherry says it's not an official meeting. Why are people so hell-bent on forcing us to film a gathering? It feels very bullyish. Maybe some residents don't want to be picked apart on social media. Dalton politics, right? I'm just confused. Dude, it's a breakfast they host for the residents. Yeah, right. It's you wouldn't want to be talking about your you wouldn't want to be talking about your water bill in the meeting, open meeting. Yeah, y'all too invested in this little breakfast, this courtesy thing that they do for the residents. And I'm starting to think that too. So here we go. There we go. Dwayne is either tip dots. Well, listen, I just booted him because I can't keep answering them questions, and I can't keep explaining to him that this is not official meeting. These people are in there talking about their water bills. Okay, good Lord, have mercy. Y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to chill. Okay, because that's too intense. Asking questions that you can't get answered at meetings. Right. Stuff like about your water bill. Do y'all notice that she cuts off public comment too? And it's supposed to be citizens address. So you're supposed to be able to ask a question and actually get an answer. So what are these people supposed to do if they can't get into Village Hall? Nobody answers the phone. The trustees don't have access to email. They absolutely have to do something to get information to the residents. Okay? Okay. When citizens are given a ticket from uncertified code enforcement and pay for the ticket, can they get their money back? Justin, I would have to ask someone. Sherry, do you know if people, I don't even know that people have been paying those tickets, to be honest with you. I'm just saying they probably never even paid them because they know that she's not a legal code enforcement. But if Sherry's in the comments, I'm sure she's going to answer. And when she does, I'll read it. I'm here for the Tiffany News. Hello, everyone. I hope all is ready for another great show. Hey, Chuck Brown. Okay, Tiffany demands respect. Asking questions that you feel safe at. Yes, it's a safe environment. This is a safe environment for the residents to be able to ask their questions. Y'all, I booted Dwayne, so we don't have to talk about him anymore. Okay. Guest, are you ready to come up so we can begin to talk about what we need to talk about? The guest has their mic off. I need them to turn their mic off so they can come on. All right, let's see. Let's get the guest up here. Okay, so the guest that we have tonight is a resident of Dalton, correct, guest?
Yes.
All right. Say, everybody in the chat, say hello to the Dalton resident. I think you should try to get your money back. I would go to court and ask the code enforcement officer's certification. There you go. Okay. So that's the process. Okay. So this is the Dalton resident. I wish we had the person here. I did ask the person to be present. I did ask the person to be present. They flaked, which is okay. They got the right to do that. Hold on. Okay. So I wish I could, but I can't. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Hello from Kentucky. Okay, so everybody's saying thank you. Okay, so this is our safe space for our Dalton resident. Okay, so this is, we listen and we don't judge, but we are going to talk and we are going to have, we ask too many questions. Kenneth Dawkins, questions are great. Being insulting is not. Okay. And so we have our Dalton resident. This is a safe space for our Dalton resident. We don't want any craziness in the comments, okay? Because I can tell you right now that this Dalton resident will turn up. Okay. Let's not do that. Okay. All right. So I asked this person to come on the platform And if you all are in Dalton politics, um, this person is Pablo Cook. I did ask him to come on the platform. He agreed, but something could have happened tonight. So anyway, let's talk about this post. I'm going to read it and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to inspect this post because I want to have a community conversation. I want to have a community conversation and just break down what you guys are seeing and making sure that you are breaking down what you're seeing in the correct manner. Okay, so this was April 3rd after a meeting that was had, I think, for the village of Dalton. After watching that board meeting, she's ghetto for sure. But here's some questions or observations. She doesn't follow Robert's rules of orders unless it suits her. She doesn't allow the board of trustees to add items to the agenda, giving need for special board meetings. The city attorney is a hack and deserves sanctions from the Arctic. That guy from Riverside, and I don't know who he was talking about there, shut your A up. Different municipalities do different things. I think he was talking about y'all know dots. The reason the trustees walked out is because they were as valid. There was a valid motion, and then the second it on the floor that the mayor wanted to talk over passed as if, oh well. Who's the goon in the back in the denim jacket? Why is the hooded guy? Why is the hooded guy look fake? I think the mayor clearly failed the Constitution test, not understanding the roles of government and how they work. She's good at blaming the media, then they do reach out for comment. She's good at blaming the trustees, and then they do reach out for information. Petty as Deputy Chief Lacey, care this man has so many things to say about the people. Trustee House or Norwood, it's time to gear up for your campaign. Run on transparency, safety, and normalcy versus chaos with current administration. When you win, fire every department head except the fire chief. Okay. So that was hello, Dalton resident.
Hi. Hey
So
there.
that was, that was the comments. That was one of the. We're going to talk about like three posts that he made. This one
Mhm.
was interesting to me, because it's always interesting to me how people make comments about the trustees trying to hide things. Um, this man who is a random man who I found out doesn't live in the township or in Dalton. He does live in Chicago. Um, he could even understand that the trustees reached out for information and she was not giving it to them.
Mhm.
So my confusion comes when people say that the trustees are not being transparent. How can they be transparent with something they don't even have?
Well, first of all, I think those people that's saying the trustees are not being transparent are the dingbats who don't live here and don't know what they're doing. It's easy to stand out on the outside and look in and say what someone should, could, or whatever be doing. But unless you're standing there to see exactly what's going on and not taking the word of somebody else, you can't possibly understand what they're doing. Their comments and concerns means nothing to me.
And you were at the tea with the trustee. I can say that
Absolutely.
with me on Saturday. And you're a Dalton resident.
Hmm.
And how do you feel about the Dole filming?
Well, you mean the filming at the T?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that it's exactly like you said. Our lives have already been plastered all over everybody's everything. And the tea with the trustees is our time to let our hair down, get our questions answered, get personal with the things that we want and the things that we need. And having it being plastered everywhere, the media is all involved and the retards mixing everything up just complicates things. It's already hard enough living here going through this mess, and then to have others to add more to it, it just it's easier for us without the recording. You can record, but you don't need the live streaming and all that. For what? You should have been there. You want to know what's going on? Come.
That part. That part because um I can safely tell you that um the tea with the trustees is where the residents get to actually talk to the trustees and say, hey, the garbage man is coming absolutely too early. What time is he supposed to come? You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Because right now you can't call down the village hall and somebody answer the phone. Sometimes that's not an option because the super volunteer is down there doing things he don't have no business. So they have to keep an eye on him so the phone don't get answered, all
That's
the time.
that's
So,
true.
the tea with the trustee is a way for them to say, this, and have them give them their issue and them say, okay, let me write that down. Let me write this down. What street are you on?
Hmm.
They're able to go in there and say, I wasn't able to get through Village Hall. Um, XYZ. And then you go and talk to the trustee that you're comfortable with. So if you feel more comfortable with Kiana Belcher, then you go talk to her. And
Hmm.
or if you feel more comfortable with Tammy Brown, then you go talk to her. Or if you want to talk to Trustee House, then you go and you talk to him.
Hmm.
Um, and so that is what I witnessed
Yep.
uh, at the tea. That is what actually happens at the tea. People are absolutely bringing their personal issues that they can't get through to the village hall because I don't know if you guys are aware. Dan Lee makes you all aware in Dalton politics, if you're a member of Dalton politics, that you absolutely cannot go into, sure, that you cannot go into the village hall. Um, you only can go in that little space.
Hmm.
Um, but there is a whole building that there's a whole building that you all pay for.
Nina Brown
Um,
and CMB took over our building.
the super volunteer cracks me up. Um, because he has taken over this building and people are not understanding that it's not a consensual takeover. It's a hostile takeover. So, I'm just like, hold on, y'all give me 1 second. Okay. So it's a hostile takeover. People want help as well. They can talk to fellow residents and the board members freely. Some people are actually afraid. That part.
Hmm.
Okay. Tiffer, sniffer, we're going to talk about that too. I did ask, if you all don't know what is happening, we'll get to that, in the next few segments that we're going to do. But something happened with the Dreadhead Cowboy's daughter today, and it ended in Dalton.
Hmm.
And we'll talk about that in just a bit. The next post that this young man posted um, was interesting to me. I'm going to read it. We may have another person popping in as a guest, and we'll add them to the conversation. So this was dated July 17th. He said, "Here's my thing. It's all well and good now. With an election coming up, Township February 25th, 25, to be so forward thinking and change of heart and mind. But these same trustees have allowed, condoned, sanctioned, and participated in this exact same program and behavior since she was appointed at the last minute. Um, it's time for fresh voices, new leadership. You see, with the raggedy road, abandoned houses, vacant lots, high property taxes, unkept yards, and persistent crime, when the South suburbs used to be a place for middle and upper class Black folk to um, settle down, uh, raise a family, have a business, enjoy church, and now with Dalton in a deficit and facing $35 million judgments, what they do not have. Thornton Township supposedly in a surplus, but how? Let's stop BSing. I know I'm not the only one tired of Hilliard, Clark, Luster, Riley, Webb, Jones, Shaw, all criminals accused, indicted, investigated, and or convicted. I propose that the Southland look far and wide and deep for experienced folks who are willing to serve and have some backbone and conscience, some folks that understand the role of government, Robert's rule of order, and how to be professional and handle the business. Then volunteer, organize, campaign, and put those folks in office. Let's stop having the insane folks running the show and continuing to run places further in the ground. That was a lot. Um, I feel like I chose this post of his because he wants to, at some point, this was in July. The last post was in April. That was before this one. This was in July. He feels like there should be a cleaning, like a total purging. Now, you live in Dalton, Dalton resident. Let us know what your thoughts are. What do you feel should happen as
You
far
know,
as the government at the village?
I really wish Pablo had shown up. Um, as far as in the government, first of all, Tiffany slid her little dusty behind in there on the technicality. When the cow got in there and was pushed out, the dum dums assisted her in keeping that position. And I strongly believe that the only reason why she is there and they push so hard to keep her there is because she is the puppet for something that's deeper. She's being used, and now that she has overstepped and act a total fool and bringing the light to other people, now they're letting her fall. As far as the trustees, House, Tammy, everybody else, yeah, they was there, but that don't mean that they went along with what she was trying to do. They fought her tooth and nail, but because she had these other people, Delgado, helping her, that put up resistance for the trustees to do what they needed to do. So don't sit back and think that they was old gung ho Team Tiffany and along with everything that she was doing, because it's not that way. And Mr. Pablo, you got a whole lot of suggestions. I suggest you come and put some actions behind your words. Leave Dalton politics alone and bring it behind and do something physically. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I feel like people that don't live in Dalton, or in the township have these notions that nobody can be saved when it's not everybody that's participating in the nonsense. Um, I absolutely think that there is something to be said for experience. Um, and in my opinion, Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee Brittany Norwood, Trustee Kiana Belcher, and Trustee Jason House, they all have shown their experience and their decorum, and they live up to me now. From what I see, they live up to that um, trustee title very well.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think that we're always judging what people are doing, but you don't know what you would do if you was in that seat. You can say, "Oh, I would do this or I would do that." Well, you can say that, but until you're sitting in a seat and have the full picture of everything that is going on, and you have to now the residents are trusting you. That's the basis of trustee, right? They're trusting
Mhm.
you to make the right decision. So because of that, you have to consider all sides, and some action you may want to take may not be the action that you can take at the time. And you may have to decide, oh my God, I have to wait on this. And this is going to put the residents in some type of situation.
Mhm.
I feel like they're making tough decisions and taking bullets that don't even belong to them. Um, yeah, that is the downside. Anyone who has followed this story from Tiffany's election would see that the trustees have definitely been doing and fighting to do their jobs. Yeah, let me see. Question from an outsider who cares. Who are the Republicans running and are they more competent to do a better job? Just never hear them mentioned. Sure. I will be reaching out to I don't know if Dalton has any Republicans running for on that side, as far as what's happening in Dalton with with the ticket. I know that Tiffany has her slate over there and Justin and Clean House 2025 is over there. I don't know about a Republican uh candidates for the village of Dalton. But as far as the township is concerned, I'll be reaching out to hopefully Tim DeYoung. He seems like the spokesman to some degree because he came and answered a question that I asked. And we'll try to see if we can get them on. Okay. I'm like, hey, CZQ, no problem, child. That is not a Republican town. No, it's not. They signed up to do a part time job. She made it a full time nightmare. That part, Sherry. That part. That part. It's a part time job. So not only are they working a full time job, now they're working a part time job that as a full time job. So they have two full time jobs, only getting part time money for one of them.
Mhm.
Okay. I
And
would
not
have liked,
enough to deal with her.
yeah, I would have liked the trustees to gone to the field house a few months earlier than know what they did. Mr. Troy, I think everybody would have liked for them to have gone to the field house a month earlier than they did. But let's be real. Um, she was only having one meeting a month when she's supposed to have two. So the trustees had to have another meeting, and that's why they was holding it at the field house. Why? Because they don't have keys to Village Hall, but the super volunteer do. A whole bunch of people that don't actually work for the village anymore do.
The super
And
boyfriend.
okay. And so they had to have the meeting at the Park District, the second meeting of the month at the Park District. Now, Sherry, get in these comments and tell me if I'm wrong. We generally don't have Republican. Yeah, generally they don't. Prima donna. Oh, okay. So everyone pretty much votes them. Well, that's pretty much what runs out there. Okay. I think people need to stop saying what they need to do when they are doing way more than folks know. That part. That's absolutely why I did that video that I did. And somebody came on my channel and asked me, was it a campaign video? I said, I'm a content creator and it's content on my channel like everybody else's. Because, first of all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all come sideways at me in my comments, most of these days, I got time. But I did the video because I was tired of seeing people say those things, say those particular things. They were saying, the trustees should be doing this and they should be doing that. And why aren't they doing this? Because they have a full time job. This supposed to be in a part time situation. And
Mhm.
this ended up being two full-time jobs and they never see their family because they always in a computer or trying
Mhm.
to help a resident. Not that that's a bad thing, but that's what they have ended up having to do. They are getting state grants and fed. That's how her crew is being paid. The food is coming in from the government. Yeah, on the township side. Yes. Tiffany refused to let trustees do their job, not providing paperwork. That part definitely being used. It's not their job to go to Dalton politics and report to the group that is 90% non-residents.
That's right.
Okay, I agree with that. All right, let me see. I think I have one more. Okay. So
Girl
this
from
was
Pablo.
yeah, this was August 30th, and this was a rant that he did, right? Um, Take notes, literally research, ask questions, demand answers, collaborate. Nobody knows it all. We have very smart folks, legal minded, knowing how to get information. Former and current elected folks. Some folks are potentially to be elected. Don't stop fighting. Don't stop holding them accountable. Don't stop pushing. Marching ain't enough. Singing ain't enough. Protesting ain't enough. Talking to one another, protecting one another, being a neighbor and a friend to one another, helping one another. These are the bonds that make and keep a community. The seniors are being bought off with some overpriced ice cream and TVs. It's ridiculous. The township is diverting possible legal fines from villages, and these folks vote. Talk to them, explain to them the finances that nothing is free. That it's expensive and overpriced, that it's an attempt to buy a vote, that some things in the government's job. She want to say they're helping seniors use the phone for social media, which I'm sure she writes the damn posts they make. How about being a neighbor to them, reaching out to their family, showing them how to do that so their family or church temple mosque members can help them, not the government, who will go further in debt and them into them citizens' pockets and give away something free. Okay, Dalton resident. I
Well, honey, I think Pablo got some of his cool points back. Except for the part where he said Tiffany helped them write their post. She can't do that. That's beyond her capacity.
okay. Now, Dalton resident, this is what I want to ask you. I want to ask you, and we're going to separate them.
Mhm.
So, what is it? What are the characteristics that you look for in a trustee? There's an election coming up, and we need to be focused with this election.
Mhm.
So please let us know what you as a Dalton resident are looking for in a trustee for this election.
So my first thing is visibility. I would not vote for a person that I have not seen. I don't know you, you haven't been around, you wasn't there for the fight. I can't say that you would have our best interest at heart. If you're coming out of the woodworks, my first thought is maybe you trying to get on the same train, hoping that Tiffany left some crumbs where there are no crumbs. Um, then I would also look at the track record. Go back and do a little research and see what this trustee or aspiring trustee has voted on, what they agreed to, what they've actually done. And if it's someone who wasn't a trustee previously, I'm hoping that they've been active in the community where you still know who they are. Coming from behind all this mess with Tiffany has my guards up, so um I can't say that even if they came and said, "Hey, you can trust me. Here's the transparency. Here's what I've done over there at this place," and things like that. I can't trust that because Tiffany was a trustee for years. And look at the garbage where we are now. So, unless your track record shows me that this is who you are, this is who you've been, then mm, I wouldn't be able to vote for you. Like I know what I was finna say Mayor House. Ha! Trustee House has done. I know what Belcher has done. I know what Brown has done. I know what they have done and what they are currently doing. And I have all faith that they will continue to do so. Um, so those are the things that the minor things that they might major to me because I really haven't been paying attention to this stuff until I came to Dalton. So those would be the things that I would look for. What you've done, um, where you've been, who you've been running behind. Because if you lay down with dogs, you're gonna get up with fleas, and I don't want your fleas. I'm clean. I take baths. So they the garbage you can smell the garbage. I would say to my fellow residents to keep your eyes and ears open. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. If your gut says, "Hey, they full of it," then 9 times out of 10 they're full of it. Don't listen to the little nothings in your ear saying, "Hey, trust me." That's a little thing called a snake, a serpent, Satan. You might want to steer clear of that. That's what I would say.
And what are you looking for in a mayor?
House. House. He has shown that he's capable of I don't want to just say managing because it's more than managing, but um overseeing not only the finances but the cares and concerns of the residents. Um, he's shown that even if we don't verbally say so, he's able to identify the needs of the residents. And I think that's one of the major components of a mayor. You got to have that compassion. You got to have that drive. You got to have that transparency. You got to be able to work with people. Um, and he's shown all of that. Anybody else that call themselves want to run for mayor, I don't know who you are, so I can't speak to that. I can only speak to what I see, and he's shown all of that.
Now, with this coming election, okay, we're gonna get little stank out of the seat. That's a given.
Hmm.
What programs do you think Dalton needs? We heard some wonderful things at the tea,
Hmm.
but what do you think, as a Dalton resident, that Dalton needs, or you would like to see as a resident?
So some of the big things that I've seen, um, illiteracy is huge. So um, programs that help people. I don't want to say learn how to read, but enhance the reading, enhance the social skills. Um, Businesses teach people the basics on starting a business, maintaining a business. I think that we need programs for the youth. That's another major thing that we have. Because even on my block, the kids know not to come past my house because I snatches them up. So if your kids come home beat up, it's because they was on my block acting a fool and I snatched them up. So there's an opportunity there. Give these kids something to do. Whether it's sports, art, anything to keep them active and not on the street. Because the stranger dangers are out there and they got our kids doing unnecessary things. And it's really scary. You don't want your kids turning out to be a Tiffany or a KP or um, Michael, little nasty self. Don't I'm trying to be cool because the kids are a passion of mine. Um, yep, job training and mentorship programs. Exactly. Give the kids something to do, and then not just the kids, but involve the parents too, because most often these kids running these streets don't have a stable home. They don't have that parent to snatch them up themselves, to give them something else to do. And so those would be the main programs that I would start, the initial programs. And I strongly believe that once those things are started, um, it'll open the door for other programs.
James Dix, no, you are not too demanding. Wanted to know about Jason House. Um, I will try, like I said, to get some answers to your questions for you. Um, we had a job program called the 50/20 program for the teenagers. Child, this lady done came and absolutely devastated this town with things, and then things had to be put into motion in Springfield, I'm sure, that so that grant money would not get wasted. So I'm sure that grant money has been blocked from coming out this way because of that, especially to that city and that township, because of that. Because if you saw the audit that was done or that was released, Casper did not endorse it. And they also, in there, Robert listed the list of grants that came. Nowhere mentioned was a $6 million grant or any type of surplus. Make that make sense. We're going to go over that report here. And James Dix, Sherry says, no, he's not married, and no, he doesn't have any kids. Talk to your kids. Don't just look at them and think all is well. Love them. Yeah. New here, loving the live ladies. Thank you, Shauna Blake. Welcome. Okay, girl, get you a little music. Okay, girl, out there. Welcome.
Shauna.
Yeah, child. She said literacy programs for a reason. Yeah, Kenneth Dawkins. This is what I wanted to say. I really would like to see someone come in and purchase the Melanie Fitness Center and begin to put things in there like a incubator, a business incubator, where they would take people who want, let's say they have a business in their home. They will have them take the business out of their home and put it in this building, and then begin to teach them how to run a business in a brick and mortar, and teach them all of the accounting things, the tax things, and then move them from the incubator into their own building in Dalton. Shauna Blake, not you a new member. Come on, child. You coming in stepping. That's what I'm talking about. You better step. You better step. Okay? Because we absolutely about to get moving in this private community. I have an interview that I'm trying to currently set up in there that y'all gonna want to be a part of. But yeah, I absolutely would love for somebody to take that building, turn it into a business incubator. I would love to see a like a gaming. My brother owns an esports gaming team. And he does incubators around Atlanta. He has one in Philly, and be able to bring the youth in and show them how to, by making them do their homework first. Now they have to do their homework first, but showing them how to be on a team, first of all. And then this gaming thing is big. So they will learn how to make games and play games and enter tournaments and do it in a team like atmosphere. I'd love to see that in there. I would love to see a broadcasting incubator. Like if you want to be a podcaster, somebody teach you, you can come in and learn. Listen, the super producer would be down there teaching everybody that she could. Okay? How to broadcast join the YouTube community, how to balance your channel and your business, of whatever you're doing. Super producer would be all over that. Okay. I absolutely think that, turning that building into something that can also be a business but benefit the residents of Dalton, man, I'm telling you now, that would be amazing.
Mhm.
When Henry made such a mess that even the banks, yeah, that part, very hard, very
Yep.
hard. Sherry, has he ever been married? Does he live alone? James Dix,
What's
yes,
going
he has
on?
been married. Yes, he has been married. I don't. I mean, I'm sure he lives alone now because he's not married. I don't know. Do you know they are trying to sell it? I do know that they are trying to sell it. I know that was at one of the meetings. James Dix, I'm gonna get you a dossier on Mr. House, and I'm gonna post it on my community page. Just look out for it, okay? Nisi, they say Nisi asked the question. Just curious, how can I or we support Dalton as outsiders? If you go to Clean House 2025, I need to post the page on my community tab. You can donate uh, through the page.
Mhm.
In about give them like a couple of weeks. They're working on t-shirts and hoodies that you all can purchase, and that will go to the campaign as well. I know the right place. Okay. His bio is on the village website. It doesn't. I don't know if it says anything personal. I think it has his work history and those things are up there. I'm not sure if it has it now. Let me get you a dossier, okay? So you can have this information, James Dix. Cause boy, let me tell you, you is inquisitive tonight.
Mm.
But it's fine. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is oh wait. Okay, so I said we was gonna talk about the dreadhead cowboy. If you all do not know the dreadhead cowboy, he's here in Chicago and he is known for riding a horse through the streets of Chicago. Yeah, you heard what I said. Riding a horse through the streets of Chicago. Today, sometime during the day, he found out that one of his children, his daughter, his 13-year-old daughter, had been missing for 2 days. He got a tip from someone. At first, he got a tip from someone that she was in Lansing. So he lives in the city. So he got in his car and he began to make his way out here to the Southland. Making his way out here to the Southland, he found out that his daughter could be in Dalton. He got on his platform and he asked the people to help him find her. And they did. And when he did, it ended up being a address in Dalton. Um, and rightly so, he ended up calling the police. I think she ended up punching him in the eye or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Um, but he ended up having to turn her over to the police because she was a missing child or whatever. Um, and he had to let them take her, and he was crying. He was very upset that he was going to have to let the police take her, and he feels like he should be able to discipline his child. But because this became a situation of a missing child being reported, he had to let take uh, the authorities take her.
Mhm.
And then he came on his live and told us that there was a whole bunch of runaway children in this. I don't know if it was an abandoned house or what, but he began to say that there was a whole bunch of children still there. And well, they ran when he came, but that there was a whole bunch of runaway children over there. So that if you were looking for a child, if there was somebody that was looking for a child, they could be over there, And he was telling people to inbox him if your child is gone missing, that he would help you and he would go back over there if he had to, and help you get your child back like he did his child.
Mhm.
And my concern is not really so much about him. was just so much about that. There are a lot of, I believe, abandoned properties in Dalton. Um, and uh, what is going to be, I would like to see somebody come in with a plan for those properties. Now, not only do we need to speak to the situation with the kids having something to do, but also with the properties that are abandoned. Are they being boarded up? Uh, who's boarding them up? But I know that Dalton is strapped for cash. Usually most cities have a company that they have on retainer that is hired to go and board up these houses, or secure them. Uh, Out here where I live at, we see a lot of houses that they have put the metal windows on that roll down and lock. And that's definitely done by a company. But so that's my concern. My concern is that, does this house have running water? Does it have electricity? These kids are just going from house. It's cold out here. What did the police do once they went there and said that they still, I hope they went back and circled back to the home, because the kids will come back. I hope that they circle back to the home. But I'm with Sherry. If you all notice anyone around that address as far as kids, call the police and have them come out and pick the children up. Shouldn't all voters have an idea of the person they're voting for, or should they only concern themselves with a public person? That seems to be a part of the mistake people made with Lil Stank. James Dix, I mean, I feel like you're right to a certain degree. I feel like for me, with Tiff, it was more of the people that she surrounded herself with. Not necessarily her personal, because I feel like if she was dating Kamal, but everybody else were around her, that was working with, her, like she got the Shawshank Redemption law firm around her. I feel like if it wasn't the Shawshank Redemption law firm surrounding her, we would have less questions about her personally.
Yep.
You know, because even if somebody's married with children, you don't know what they're gonna do. But I do know that if your friends um be having ankle monitors, then I should be cautious of that. Um, Things are not being done the same way when it comes to this upcoming election. Okay, that's great to know. But yeah, that was my concern. So hopefully somebody has a plan for that. Okay, let's talk about this. Uh, um,
Oh Lord.
Dalton resident, did you see this documentary, Super Mayor: The Cost of Chaos in Dalton? If you haven't seen it, it is, if you go to YouTube and you put in chaos in Dalton, it'll come right up. Or you can put this title in and it'll come back right up. This is the documentary being done or having been done by Regina Waldrop from NBC 5, I believe it is. And I went back and watched the documentary in its entirety. Dalton resident, can you give us your thoughts on the documentary?
I think she did a great job. Um, is it complete? Absolutely not. I think that it's enough for her to have a part two, three, and four. But to for the beginning, she did a great job. Um, she, of course, she wasn't able to touch on everything, but to sum it up, an absolute good job. Even I'm gonna watch my words. Even some of the parts where some people are questioned in their behavior and their mannerisms, she did a great job in capturing the good things, the absolutely good things that have been done, um, and showing the true Tiff and the goof troop. and comparing to what they try to portray themselves to be, hopefully those that have been hoodwinked and bamboozled by the gang is able to see past their facade, past their mess, because Regina, she pulled the covers back and showed the naked behinds. I think she did an amazing job.
Yeah, I feel like this was an amazing start. There is so much to unpack with just Tiffany, with
Mhm.
just Lil Stank, let alone you got all of these tangent things happening, you know, all of these deaths, that happen. All of these, the people that some very notable people, Alexis Wilson, the funnel cake man. Um, there was another man at a gas station uh that lost his life. Whatever happened in this incident with Lacey Perez and this car chase, that happened, where someone was injured and there was a $33 million judgment.
Mhm.
I really think that she gave a great foundation, for anyone uh, who wanted to know, what was kind of going on. This is not an investigation. It was a look into why we are here and how a few residents feel. Yeah, I get that, Sherry. I just feel like, it's so much more,
Mhm.
to the story. Um, I know she said that that there will be more, parts to it. I think she said today when they interviewed her and they were asking her about the threat that Kamal gave to her. Um, and which for me, I don't feel like she was moved about because she came from Harvey. She used to
Mhm.
live in Harvey. So I don't feel like, that was to her threatening. Like, I feel like she's seen threatening before, and that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
But she did talk about how after she thought, it was an afterthought, how she was set up for it to happen because she was invited. But when she got there, she was the only news person there, right? So, um, and I absolutely understand that it was, not an investigation. It was just a look into why we are here. I get that. I just, like I said, I just feel like there's so much more. Um, you could go to the things that she did over at the school district with the 4th of July.
Mhm.
I feel like, it's just so much more that could be shown because of um people need to start to be able to recognize the signs of what they should look for,
Mhm.
in their government, um, and what behaviors they should look for. You know, her face is all over everything. I believe they pointed out the signs that are not even paid for.
Mhm.
And that has her name all over them. That's a story in itself. And so I just feel like I don't necessarily feel like it needs to be about one person or another. I feel like there are a couple of highlight things that happened that were mishandled during this this tenure that we're in right now. And maybe those things need some shine, but at the same time, yeah, Dave Bryson and they're illegal in Dalton, so I'm sure that's being handled too. Um, and you do. I feel like I want to see like the crime syndicate or the people that's around her. I want to touch on them, and say, listen, if your mayor is friends with people like this,
Mhm.
absolutely look out for this. If
We
that's
got a
all they
trap
have
mayor.
around them, right? If that's all they have around them is the Shawshank Redemption law firm,
Mhm.
absolutely recall them and get them out of there. You
Mhm.
know. But yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I thought she did a wonderful job. I liked how she also came in and talked and said a few things. I loved how all the residents, there was a few resident speeches or comments that were highlighted during public comment. I love how she did that. I love the Fania Dukes portion
Mhm.
of it. That was wonderful. It was a beautiful piece of reporting. Uh, I think it was well put together as
Mhm.
well. And yeah, so that is what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so this is the last thing. Tomorrow is township meeting. I will have my pre-show where we will talk about this agenda. Y'all, y'all cannot sit up here and seriously. I can't believe we go from one thing to another with little stank booty. I be so tired of her because now on this agenda, she has accept the resignation of Jerry Jones and start the 60 days. No, ma'am. And no, ma'am.
Mm.
And no, ma'am. Because you already accepted his resignation 60 days ago.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you all what I know about. Um, right now, I'm not sure that there will be a quorum because of this. Because of this that she put on the agenda for to accept his resignation and then to act like the 60 days is gonna start over. I'm gonna tell you right now that we're dealing with the Delgado law firm. They are absolutely still um not working for the residents. They are giving, I feel like, allegedly false information to the trustees about things because the townships of Illinois guide and rules are very clear about what needs to happen. The resignation was turned in and accepted by the clerk. Lil Stanka Booty even said the day that the resignation was turned in, she turned and she asked the clerk at the meeting, did you get Jerry Jones' resignation? And she said, yes, I did. And she said, well, okay, there you have it. He no longer is a trustee at the township.
And she
She
said,
announced
"Stop
it.
paying him."
She announced it right there.
Mhm.
Okay. And so the Townships of Illinois guide is very specific on what is to be done. After 60 days with no one appointed to the seat, it goes to the residents. There's to be a town hall meeting. Now, Stanka Booty is upset because she does not get to be in charge of this meeting.
Mhm.
There is a moderator that gets voted, a moderator that's in the room, they get voted to run this town hall and the vote and the appointment for this seat. Okay. And so right now, the trustees are in limbo trying to find out if they have to listen to little Stanka Booty and the corrupt alleged lawyers saying that this is a gray area and she might be able to do what she's doing when we have proof that she already accepted the resignations, told them stop paying him.
Mhm.
And so, these are the things that the trustees are dealing with. So I'm not sure. My sources are telling me Right now, they are not sure that there is even going to be a meeting or if there'll be a quorum. Bills need to get paid. Y'all absolutely know they don't have no insurance riding these scenes around still on these buses. So if he didn't, oh, I'm sorry, Shay, I missed your comment. If he didn't resign, why is she trying to push her girl for the seat? Okay. Stank of Booty don't know what she want to say. This is what I told y'all. This is why I told y'all I'm not gonna get up here and lie to y'all because I will have a hard time to remember what I lied about. Now look at little Stank of Booty. Now she having a hard time remembering the lies that she tell. So much so. Now she trying to act like she didn't accept Jerry Jones' resignation the day that he gave it. Y'all make it make sense. Y'all go off in these comments because me, I'm not even. I'm not about to listen to little Stank of Booty at all. She accepted that resignation. We got video proof and receipts. Because we keep proof and receipts. I don't know what she do with hers. She put them down way in the bottom part of her pocketbook and wait till the lettering is rubbed off, and then she tried to give it to us and tell us that it's a receipt. I don't know. But that's what she's trying to do. And so I'm telling you all that I don't know from my sources now. I don't know that there'll be a quorum or even a meeting tomorrow. Okay, and she is super stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if there'll be a meeting or a quorum tomorrow. And if there is not a meeting, let me tell you what that is going to mean. That's going to mean that the other two trustees are going to have to call a special meeting. And when you call a special meeting, the only thing you can do, put on that agenda, is to pay bills. And so they'll be able to pay bills and find out about the insurance. So that may be the move that they should make because we absolutely don't want any finagling, bamboozling, uh, hoodwinking, uh, or anything of that nature going on tomorrow because we are working our way to what? To a town hall so that we can have this vote and put a good person in this seat, voted on by the residents. Um, Paul offered to fill the trustee seat for the remainder of the months. That would be a great person to stick in there. Well, sure, if you are a township resident and you are in the building at the time of the town hall, then make sure you're there so you can do whatever the rules state you can do, if that's what you want to do. Um, so yeah, tomorrow, as soon as I know something, I'll come live and let y'all know. But look for me for the pre-show. What time her meetings be? 6:30, 6:45.
Girl, midnight.
Last time we guessed 6:45 and it ended up being 6:50.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I will be live Thursday. Do not. People are emailing their interest to the clerk. Okay, you can definitely do that, but make sure you in that room. If you emailing your interest to the clerk, right? Listen to super producer really good. If you are not present in that room to be nominated or when they call your name from sending in your email, you will not be voted. Okay. Okay. Is Dan Lee interested? Probably not. Mr. Dan Lee got a short temper.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Okay.
Ah.
Mr. Dan Lee is a great supporter. I love Mr. Dan Lee, and I want to see Mr. Dan Lee continue to be happy. I don't want y'all to get Mr. Dan Lee up there and he got to be hollering and carrying on at y'all.
Yeah, he's explosive.
Absolutely not. How many are running for mayor and supervisor? Okay, for mayor in Dalton, it is just two. It's Jason House and it is Stanka Booty. For supervisor over at the township, I'm gonna have to get an updated list because all these challenges happened. I reached out to Nate and he didn't reach back yet, or he hasn't reached back. So I don't know if he's still on the ballot. But and James Dix, if you're still in here, my wonderful mod, Justin. I love him so much. Thank you, Justin. He put Jason House's bio in the chat. What was I talking about? Yeah, I'm hungry. I need to get off here.
The candidates for supervisor.
Oh, the candidates for supervisor. Not stank a booty. That's the only thing you need to know.
Is who's not.
Stank a booty. Stank a booty is nowhere on that ballot. So we have Napoleon Harris, U.S. Senator Napoleon Harris. We have, I think Nate Fields was trying to put his hat in. I don't know because he got challenged. Sidney Moore, I don't know because he got challenged. I definitely would reach out to him and find out what the outcome was. There was another lady, I think her name was Shanta Gray. And I'm not sure if she got on the ballot. But I will find out and get a whole list for you all, and I will have that. Oh, yeah, and Cassandra.
Wasn't Crooked Clark on there too?
He was, and Clark, Mayor Clark. I'm going to get a comprehensive list for you all. I'm sorry, Mashia. In Dalton, it's Lil Stankaboody, Jason House, and Cassandra Hobson Jordan for the Rebuild Dalton party. Okay, you're right. But over there at Township, it ain't Stankaboody. It ain't Stankaboody. And listen, it ain't Stankaboody in Dalton either because it ain't who they're going to be choosing. Okay? But anywho. So, listen, y'all know more than I do about this interview on Thursday. So, I'm just going to show up and do what I do. I'm going to interview the people. I'm getting ready after I get off this live. I'm going to post the 2 different posts so that you can put questions for Dinasha and questions for Cassandra. One post a piece. Okay. Thank you, Shauna. Let's see. I love you, sis, all the way from New York. Hey, I love you too. I'm gonna be coming to New York because I have family there. When I go, I'm gonna let you know, Mashia. We're gonna meet up in Times Square. Okay. Can she be a write-in? Reason I'm asking, being so many, I hope it doesn't backfire for supervisor because I hope Stank does not win. Okay, listen. We know that this is I'm so weak. Somebody is in here under Crook County. That cracks me up. We absolutely know that this is a democratic process, right? This is a diplomatic process. You can write in whomsoever you choose, right? That don't mean they're going to win. And people have to remember to write you in, right? When I go in there and be voting, I be like all these child, I'm not taking the time to write nobody's name. Okay? All these little circles we got to fill in. I'm not doing none of that. So she has a less likely chance of being written in. But people can do whatever they want. That I do have to preface this with that. She's not on the official ballot. No Stankaboody. But people are going to be able to do whatever they want. That's all I can tell you. Thank you, Shauna. Crook County in it by a landslide with 82%. Child. Whatever. 82% of 1,900 people. Girl, don't be proud of that. Don't be proud of that. Don't forget. She got the it's the eviction hearing tomorrow, right? Yeah, in the morning. Okay, let me see. The eviction hearing, right? Yes. Good evening, super producer. Hey, Succeeding 2. We finished. We better get out of here. You're gonna have to catch us on the replay.
Gonna sing it.
Okay, that's what you're gonna have to catch us on. The replay. Let's see. Stankaboody may get a couple of hundred write-ins, but she is done. Yeah, she definitely maybe, possibly. If these people had any sense, which I believe that they do, they're gonna go in there and see all these little dots and be like, "No, ma'am, I'm finna and get out of here." Because already,
Mhm.
it to me, voting is so daunting. Like I just don't want to write nobody's name in. All right, Tasha Collins. Um, no, all of these opposing ballots. Can you let her? Can
So
they let her do one more bingo so we can win something? I'm done with you, George Brewer. Um, I'm done with you. Okay, and like I said, y'all know more than I do about this Thursday interview. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fine. Super producer is always gonna be professional. I'm always gonna be demure.
demure.
I'm always gonna be demure. I'm always gonna be accommodating. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? You don't have to worry about the super producer. I'm gonna be there for y'all. I'm gonna ask the hard questions. We're gonna get some answers. Okay. Um, I'm absolutely not gonna tolerate no disrespect. So I don't know who need to hear that, but
Mhm.
y'all share it with those who need to know. Okay. We ain't gonna have no foolery or no disrespect. We ain't gonna have no loud talking, no raising of the hands, no neck rolling either. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Cause if you do it, I'm gonna do it. Okay. We're gonna we're gonna have a very great conversation with these people. Be yourself and stay firm. Thank you, George Brewer. I definitely George Brewer, I've been missing you. You've been gone for a little while. Thank you for coming back. Okay. All right. Girl, you got some singing skills. And I do.
And she do.
And I do. We're gonna have like a talent show for the double up late at night. I have to get back with
Oh
Million.
snap.
But we are gonna have a talent show late at night. I hope y'all participate. We need to start doing some fun things and start, letting some of this roll off a few days because we be in this intensely.
Mhm.
We've been in this intensely.
Double
Okay.
up be off the chain.
Oh, George Brewer, you got a brother? You got a brother, a cousin? Thank you, succeeding to George Brewer. You got a brother, a cousin, a uncle? Who? Who you got over there? Super producer single. George Brewer, I know you didn't go by yourself. But super producer need to be in Aruba too. Send me your daddy, your brother, your cousin.
I cannot.
I'm taking all applications at this point. Okay. Yes, see you tomorrow, James Dix. Thanks for the bio. It answered some of my questions. You're welcome. This is where you come to get answers because we're definitely going to give them to you. These investigators or these people over here, they can find anything, honey. Just ask the chat because they're gonna bless you with it. Okay. Okay. Um, so yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Pre-show at 5:30. Shit show at 6 o'clock. Okay. Hold on, super producer. Don't start cheating on me already, Justin. You absolutely did not send an email. We not doing this in front of company.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay. I can't love you. Bye, Bashia. Great stream tonight. Thank you. You were thank you for being here. I love you guys. You guys have changed my life so much. I love you. Super producer wishes nothing but blessings for your life. I'm going to see you all tomorrow. We are going to talk about the agenda in full. We also going to talk about this report, this audit that this crooked, allegedly, CPA firm now all of a sudden they don't want to endorse. We're going to talk about that too.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, that's okay, George Brewer. Just rewind. Hit the rewind. Go back and just pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Okay? Pull it back. Okay? That's all you gotta do. I love you guys so much. Again, thank you for changing my life. Uh I love you guys. Thank you for your integrity and good evening to you both. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, listen, yeah, we're gonna see y'all tomorrow for this pre-show. Like I said, pre-show at 5:30, shit show at 6 o'clock. Whatever time she decided to show up. This is cracking me up. Yes. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow and Thursday. I cannot wait. I'm so anticipating Thursday. My heart is palpitating right now. Just thinking about, love you, Justin. Just thinking about Thursday's interview. Y'all told me something I didn't know. The lady said she coming. She ain't saying nothing to me. Okay. You already starting off on the wrong foot. If you watching, you didn't say anything to me. I know you were giving my number. You should have called it. Because the things that the people not gonna see.
Baby.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. But you should have called me. Because that's proper etiquette. But it's okay. Because Denasha, Mr. Harrison, who is cool. I'm telling you, y'all gonna like Mr. Harrison. He's cool. He is cool. Hold your thoughts. He's cool. Okay? Hold your thoughts. He's cool. We listen and we don't judge.
We don't judge.
Okay? That's gonna be the theme of the show on Thursday. We listen and we don't judge. It's gonna be a test.
Oh Lord.
And then if I see y'all in the comments, say,
You better get me now then.
Okay. Supers don't get caught off guard, child. They did this week because how you mentioning me on the TV and ain't nobody told me. Seems like
she gonna be in them comments trying to get on. Talking about, excuse
like
me.
To me, we might have 2 stanker booties.
That's what she coming off as.
I don't know, but we finna find out.
That's what she giving. She giving green fumes.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Okay, he is cool, but it's not for the seat. I'm just saying. You know what, Sherry? Sherry, behave, Sherry. Okay. All right. Me and the Dalton resident, y'all like how that's her name, Dalton resident. So if y'all need to look her up, then you find her under Dalton resident.
That's where you find me at.
Okay.
Out in the street snatching up people's kids.
That's it. That's where you gonna find her. But that's it. Listen, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.
Every time you think of me, your heartbeat is prominent. It's astounding how your rhythms be sounding. It's just be counting.
He bring his prayer call. I'm out of here. Y'all too much.
To include me in your count of time.
God.
Every time you wake